Hi, my name is Izzy, and there's two things you should know about me. Number one, I love reading. Obviously, you're on my book channel. But two, I love YouTube, especially influencers. So I thought it would be fun to read my favorite influencers' favorite books. And in this episode, I read Cassie BookTok's favorite books. Alrighty, so I heard about Cassie. I think I have known about her content for a while. Like, she would pop up on my For You page because she has very more relatable, funny content. I never really actually saw her book content, which was weird because her TikTok is Cassie's BookTok, but I never seen any of her other book content. So I went snooping and I found this YouTube video that she posted. The first book that I saw that she really liked was As Good as Dead by Holly Jackson. This is the last book of the Good Girl's Guide to Murder series. She said that this is like her all-time favorite book. I am excited. I have been wanting to get to this for so long. I feel like this is like a very original BookTok book. I haven't had a chance to get to. I don't know. I'm really excited to actually finish this trilogy because I've been meaning to finish this. So good excuse to get into it. The next book on this list was Wait For It by Mariana Zapata. I think technically this is the, hold on. It's like a second book to The Wall of Winnipeg and Me. I could totally be wrong, but I think it is. I know it's gonna be a slow burn because Mariana Zapata is the queen of a slow burn. I'm really excited to get to this. I haven't read a Mariana Zapata book in a hot second. And the third book I chose was A Love Letter to Whiskey by Candy Steiner. I have heard people just rave about this book, but I have no idea what this is about. I think it's a romance, and I know people love this book. I think on Goodreads it's like a 4.35 cult following with this book. Those are the books that I will be picking from her favorites. So let's get to the first book. Of the way through Wait For It. We are following our main character Diana, who is a single parent. She just moved to a new area. I think one of the first nights she's there at her new house, she hears this ruckus outside, and so she goes out there and she sees that this guy has been in a fight and is trying to save him. Basically, that's kind of how she starts to meet the male love interest. It wasn't the guy that got beaten up, but his brother. Literally all I've read up to this point is just about Diana moving to this new area and her two boys, Josh and Louie. Her brother passed away and those are his kids and she is taking care of them now. The older kid is on a baseball team that I think the male love interest coaches. It's literally just about him playing baseball and how she's balancing that out. This is my fourth Mariana Zapata book. She does this every single time where I feel like she slow burns the out of these characters. They've hardly even talked at this point. I'm even getting confused on who the actual male love interest is. To an extent, if I'm in the mood for a slow burn, she really knows how to get me and I'm like, yeah, this is really good. This is really good. But sometimes if I'm not in the mood for one, I'm like, can we get to the point? Because right now I'm just slightly bored. Yes, we're following Diana, but we are literally just following her day to day almost, how she's taking care of these boys and her going to baseball practice. She's not really even talked to the male love interest or anything, and it's okay. We're just getting a play-by-play of a single parent, which is fine, but can we get somewhere? Can we have something happen? I'm just kind of bored. I'm not hating it. I'm just slightly bored because I just want something to happen. There's been a tiny bit of conflict because something happened with the baseball schedule and she was like, we don't need to do this, is too rigorous, I can't do this, blah blah blah. Okay, I know more things are getting built and everything is building up to a certain point. I just wish it would get the fuck there. I'm just waiting for the romance to hit and it's just not there right now, but that's okay. Officially 50% of the way through Wait For It. Okay, let's lay back, let's chill, let's talk about this, okay? It's my thoughts and my opinions. Honestly, I don't have much to say. Dallas has become a little bit more, like they've been talking a little bit more now. Things like what I just read about. Josh's birthday just happened. She invites him over after the party, like her backyard is a mess, and he comes and like helps her clean up and stuff. There's like these like little things that are happening, that they are trying to get to know each other a little bit more. We have learned a little bit of like a plot point with how she kind of gained the kids, kind of like why she has custody of the kids. The romance really still hasn't like really started, if you will. Like they're just being friendly. I don't know. I'm not like loving this. And maybe just because I feel like we are so heavily focused on Diana and how she kind of single parents. Like that's all great and all. Like I said when I talked to you earlier, it's like, okay, I get that. Let's move on. Like, why do I have to keep seeing and reading about them going to baseball practice? Dallas is already just so sweet, kind of patient with the boys. That's really cute. You can tell that he likes kids. Is there anything else I want to say? No, I don't think there is. I want ice cream. And I'm gonna keep reading this bitch. Hello. I have not had a chance to update you, but I did finish Wait For It by Mariana Zapata actually a couple days ago. I thought it was okay. There were some more like crazy things that did start to happen, but it wasn't enough where I was like, okay. The romance to me just wasn't really eating the way I wanted it to. I feel like the 70% mark was kind of the part where the romance actually starts hitting, and it was so slow burn though, to the point where when they did get together, I was kind of like, whoa, when did this happen? Like, how did this develop? And in my opinion, I feel like it was pretty instant almost, which is so weird. It was like slow, and then all of a sudden instant. I love you, we should be together, we are made for each other. Like, oh, okay. It's definitely not my favorite from her. Again, it's supposed to be a slow burn, but I felt like the story as a whole was also pretty slow. And I even like their banter was not bantering for me either. I was just kind of like dry, I guess. I think that's what gets me to really love that relationship and really care about that relationship, is if they can banter back and forth with each other. I honestly loved her banter back and forth with the kiddos more than Dallas. I did love the kids. I loved Louie. I loved Josh. I think her relationship with the kids is so sweet and it's so cute. That's the part I really enjoyed, but the actual romance was not a big fan. We're gonna do ratings at the end of the video, so I'll see you for the next book. I'm on page 53 of A Love Letter to Whiskey. It seems like we're following two characters, B and Jamie. From what I've been told about this book, it is like a toxic relationship. So far, they haven't obviously really done anything because they're friends right now and like they're getting to know each other. I'm enjoying it so far. Nothing's really happened yet. I'm only 50 pages in. Kind of crazy though that like the guy, like her love interest, like dated her friend first. That's kind of crazy. I'm at the part where they're like, it's their senior year. They're throwing a high school party. Boy, I feel like this is going to go wild. I already feel like the drama happening. Her analogy of him as whiskey is really interesting. I'm excited to see kind of where it kind of goes. But I'm going to keep reading and I'll catch back with you later. I don't know if I can get behind this, honestly. I thought this was like a toxic relationship. I didn't realize it had the cheating trope involved as well. I don't have any sympathy for them in this situation, like at all. Like, break up with your boyfriend and be together with him. I don't understand what is so hard. Ethan, her boyfriend, is such a sweet character to her. He's even like brought up his concerns and being like, is there something going on between you two? Like, be honest with me. I feel like you like him more than you even like me and I'm your boyfriend, blah, blah, blah. Like, very healthily communicated with her, and she's not creating these boundaries with Jamie, and Jamie keeps like knocking them over, and she's doing the same thing. Like, she's letting it happen and knocking them over as well. He's a great guy, but obviously you don't care for him as much as you care for Jamie. So like, why are you sticking with your boyfriend? You see how there's silence? Because there's no answer. I feel like we're getting a lot of tell, not show. And she's like saying like how there's like this electric buzz and they just like get each other. But like, I haven't even seen any points where they get each other. They surf and they like the same music. That's literally it. I do like her metaphors of like him as whiskey and him being kind of like something that you don't forget. It like burns and it hurts to burn, but you love the burn anyways. Let me see if I can find one I just read. If you asked 3 different whiskey distilleries what the best kind of whiskey is, you'd find 3 different answers. Some like their whiskey sweet, infused with honey or fruit and smooth on ice. Some prefer their whiskeys bold with sharp spices and mint. Me, personally, I preferred whiskey that burned slowly in an all-consuming fashion. Read this whole thing, because I feel like this kind of sums up her intentions, kind of, and like reasons why she will always pick Jamie over any other guy. Jamie was whiskey, that much I was sure of. I couldn't deny the way he burned, the way his taste lingered. Still, no one warned me that once a whiskey girl, always a whiskey girl, but I was figuring it out. Ethan was like rum. He was sweet and fun, like a fruity cocktail on the beach. He said all the right things, took me to the right places, gave me the right gifts on holidays we celebrated together. For all intents and purposes, he was perfectly fine libation. Literally, that last sentence, for all intents and purposes, he was a perfectly fine libation, just proves that she didn't care for him, like, at all. He's okay to date for right now, but I will always be a whiskey girl, so I will always go back to this one guy. It just made me so mad, because it was like, okay girl, if that's how you feel, then why the f do you not just date this guy? This book could have been so short with just, if that just happened. Her writing, I think it's really fun. It's just the stupid ass character for me. She makes me so mad because I think she's f***ing stupid. He's also f***ing stupid. Like, just get together. It's not that hard. Of the way through A Love Letter to Whiskey. Honestly, I don't care. I just don't care about Jamie and B's relationship. The trope of where it's like right person, wrong time, that's like very much this book. I can like kind of get it to an extent. What, like a really big thing happens in B's life and she actually moves away, that I kind of understand why they are not together. Like, I totally get that. But then he's back in her life again and she's like, well, maybe. I just love the burn of whiskey. Girl, literally go to the corner, sip some water. I don't care about Jamie. I don't care about B. I don't like them that much. I feel like they really don't have that much chemistry. I'm just like supposed to root for these 2 characters whenever like she literally cheated on her boyfriend 3 times with him. So like I like just don't care, I guess. I don't care about them. Rushing through this book because I am at the point where I don't give a actual I just want it to be done. That's kind of how I'm feeling, which just really sucks because I do like her writing. Like, there have been quotes I've been highlighting and I'm like, wow, that's like really good. I felt like if this was with different characters and a different setup, I would have really liked it. Maybe speed reading just like the tiniest of bits. A Love Letter to Whiskey. If I thought it was getting worse, it got worse. I feel like it is supposed to be like right person, wrong time. They constantly don't know how to communicate with each other. They're constantly hurting other people in their wake of trying to get together. When it seems very obvious on how they can get together, they just, for whatever reason, decide not to. It is just so annoying. These characters are some of the most annoying main characters I have ever read about. She's so enamored by him and so obsessed with him, and he's also the same way. It seems like that he's also obsessed with her. So you would think it would be easy for them to like get together at some point, but then she's like, no, we can't do this. No, we can't. Or even he's like, no, we can't. I just got a new girlfriend. What's going on? I don't know. It was so frustrating, I guess. The only thing that was redeemable about this story to me was her writing to some extent. And that's how I felt. Oh, got hair in my mouth. That's how I feel about A Love Letter to Whiskey. Yeah. Of the way through As Good as Dead. I haven't had a chance to really update you. I honestly didn't have that many opinions about this anyways. From the events that happened in the second one to this one, Pip, our main character, is kind of going through it. She mentally is just not doing very well. This one just gets a little bit crazier and a bit darker as well. Pip now kind of has a stalker. She's trying to figure out who her stalker is to kind of fulfill some trauma that she's been dealing with. I would say for a YA story, this is pretty cray-cray. I kind of have a suspicion on like where this story is going to go. I don't know like exactly like who it is necessarily. Actually, that's not true. I have a theory. Pip is low-key losing her mind because just with all the trauma and stress and everything that has happened to her from the second book into this one, she's been having very dark thoughts, very dark emotions. Having like trying to find this stalker is like almost like a game to her at this point. She's not even scared for her life. She just doesn't even really care. She just thinks this is gonna be like get her out of this funk, when that's just not the case. Big ass fly in here. Holy shit. That is the biggest fly I've ever seen. Oh my god. Oh, I feel like I can smack it. It's really slow. If it comes over here, dead. That's my feeling so far. I'm actually really liking it. I didn't realize there was a part 2. I thought there was just a part 1. I thought there was... That made no sense. I meant, like, I didn't realize there was in parts. I'm actually gonna go to bed, and I will catch y'all later. Almost 70% of the way through As Good as Dead. Now, this book took a turn. I knew who the stalker was. That wasn't surprising. That wasn't shocking. What was shocking is what she ended up doing, and that really surprised me. And I don't know how I feel about it. Honestly, I'm a little bored. And I was really enjoying this. I think the first part of this was really interesting, like the ramping up of like the stalker and like all those things. It's definitely losing me. Like I'm definitely like, okay, what else is gonna happen though? You know what I mean? Like, cause she's kind of setting this thing up right now, and I guess the anticipation of if she's gonna get caught or not, I guess is there, but like also, I don't know. I don't really care. There's like no mystery part really anymore. There's no thrilling part anymore. Pip is just spiraling, and I'm like, okay, what else? Let's go over all of the books that I read in this video and see what I think about them. The first book that I read in this video was Wait For It by Mariana Zapata. I ended up giving this 3.5 stars. It was okay. It was definitely not my favorite from her books. This one I felt like was just like nothing was happening until literally 70% in, and that's when the romance finally happened. Which there's nothing wrong with that. I do like a slow burn. I really like her slow burns, but I felt like it was almost too slow burn, and this was not a very long book either. Obviously you were seeing like Diana and how she is having this dynamic with the kids, and that part is really sweet and wholesome. It's like the mundanity of like just real life. It's like, I already lived this. I already know about this stuff. Like, do something. Like, she was just going to baseball practices. She was just going to work. But when the romance started, it was okay. It wasn't like my super fave, but I do love how he was just very like all or nothing with her. I will give it some flowers on that. Next book I read was A Love Letter to Whiskey by Candy Steiner. I ended up giving this 2 stars. Okay, hear me out on this one. I really liked the way she wrote, and I have said that multiple times in this video. I really like her writing. I like her metaphors. I think she's a good author. I hated these characters. There are times that I'm like, why did she do that? Like, why did she make them cheat on their partners continuously, have love triangles continuously? It didn't, to me, add anything to these characters. If anything, it made me hate them more. It didn't make them feel like real life or real humans or whatever. They were just annoying. There were times that I'm like, okay, yeah, they shouldn't be together right now. But there are times that I was like, why don't y'all just get together? There's nothing happening. And that in my eyes was very, very frustrating to deal with, were these characters. And the last book I read was As Good as Dead by Holly Jackson. I was so excited to read this. Let me just preface this. I was so excited to read this. I had just finished the second one and then I hopped right into this one. And let me just say, this was such a letdown. Such a letdown. I ended up giving this 2.5 stars. I was really excited because the way that the second book ends in this one, Pip's mentality is just so dark and it's so, she's like spiraling out, okay, let's just say that. And the first beginning of this I was kind of interested in. I was like, okay, this is kind of good. Like, she kind of has this little setup, like something really crazy is gonna happen. Something did really crazy happen, but after the halfway point, it is so fucking pointless. Everything gets destroyed. Pip's character is destroyed. This plot line gets destroyed. There is absolutely no reason for the second half of this book whatsoever besides that she is spiraling out continuously, and that was it. Like, the ending of this book was stupid. It actually made me really mad, obviously. It makes me really mad because I really enjoyed the first 2 books and I enjoyed the beginning half of this book, but the last half was, one, also boring. Pip's character is just absolutely ruined, and then how she treats other characters just pissed me off. I truly was like, wow, this is not the same character at all. Yeah, I feel like so far that has been like the worst rating I have had in this series, which is so surprising to me because I was so excited about every single book. I had heard nothing but raving reviews about all of them. It just kind of proves that, like, not everybody's gonna like the same books, and that is totally fine. Even if it's like, I would say that we have very similar taste in books. It's like, it's kind of surprising and a little crazy that I rated everything quite low, but not to yuck anyone's yum either. Like, you can totally love these books as well, okay? I just personally didn't love them, but we know what time it is. It is recommendation time. If you haven't seen any of these videos before, I like to recommend books for these YouTubers as somebody who possibly knows their reading taste. Kind of. I'm just guessing, okay? These are books that I think they may like. The first book that I would recommend for Cassie is the Magnolia Parks series by Jessa Hastings. This is the only book I own in the series. Basically, what this book is about, it is like British Gossip Girl. In these first books, we're following Magnolia and BJ, which is kind of like her on-again, off-again boyfriend. We get both of their perspectives. They're basically British socialites. I really love the way Jessa writes, though. The way these characters change throughout this book series is insane. I feel like if you read the first book only, you could be like, wow, these characters are insufferable. But I think if you keep going, you're like, wow, these characters are so deep and dynamic. Their plot and their characters just shift a lot. I would say even if you don't love the first one, maybe keep reading just to see if you maybe just like her writing style and see if it's the characters themselves that kind of annoy you. They get a little bit better. I will have to say Magnolia and BJ are like not my favorite. I personally love the Daisy Hates books. If you love the lyrical, poetic type of metaphors, you're gonna love this. I think the way she describes love is so interesting. The main theme of these books is kind of like, how many loves do you get in a lifetime? And it's very interesting to see that way. It kind of gives similar vibes to A Love Letter to Whiskey, so I think she would enjoy this. Next book I have, this possibly could be cheating because I think she's actually reading the series right now, and that is Mile High by Liz Tom Ford. I'm gonna stand on this ground, okay? Read Mile High. People are like, skip this one, it's not even that good. Y'all are blind. Y'all are blind for real. I loved this book. Xander's is a character, people hate him, but y'all didn't read this book like I did, okay? Y'all DNF'd in the middle of this book and y'all didn't see his character progression because that's not who he is. And y'all didn't see that. And to my girl Stevie, I love her. Mile High is basically about this girl named Stevie. She is a flight attendant for this hockey team. Xander's is one of the members of the hockey team. And they kind of have like a no fraternizing rule, like they're not allowed to like hang out or anything, but obviously like that They don't care about that. This is the book that made me fall in love with the series. Obviously it's the first one, but it made me be like, wow, her writing is so funny. These characters, they banter so well in all of the books, I feel like, so far. The way they interact and talk and like banter, scrumptious. I love this book so much, and y'all be hating on it. The next book I have is The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This is about a group of teenagers who are trying to solve cold cases, and they somehow kind of get themselves entangled with current ones. This series is so freaking good. These twists are actually twisty. I felt like I could never guess what was happening in these books. I was always enthralled with what was happening. One of my favorite, not even just YA mysteries, but mysteries as a whole. She really loves the Good Girl's Guide to Murder series. I think she would like this one if she has not read it already. One book out of the comfort zone. I'm going to recommend The Women by Kristen Hanna. I didn't really see that she read a ton of historical fiction. Not saying that she hasn't, but I personally couldn't find a lot of it. The Women is about our main character, Frankie. She has volunteered to be a nurse during the Vietnam War. It's a very gruesome war. We also follow her a little bit after she gets back from the Vietnam War. This book is phenomenal. What the Vietnam War was like from the women's perspective. How like basically there's no women in the Vietnam War and how they were discredited going to war. It is so good. Frankie, our main character, is such a strong character, but she just goes through it. Look at trigger warnings for this book. Some things can be a little bit shocking. I would definitely look trigger warnings up just in case. I felt like this was a very also thrilling book. Like I was always wanting to figure out what was going to happen next to our main character. The friendships she makes while she's there at war as well are just kind of like soul deep too. So I really loved that aspect as well. And this was such a good book. That's it. That's all I have. If there are any other YouTubers or TikTokers or influencers of any kind that you would like me to read, leave them in the comments below. I will literally do anybody. I love doing this series because I just like to read other people's favorite books. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next one.